Hi church! Today we are talking about shoebox crafts. There are lots of things you can do with shoeboxes. And if you don't have a shoebox, that's okay too, because what we're going to do today could also use like a glad box, something that has a little bit of a space that you can put something inside. But if you do have some shoeboxes at home, this is a fun thing to do with them. There's lots of shoebox crafts. You can't really go wrong. But today we're going to make an aquarium. Now, so I'm going to put mine, what I've done here is I've taken a box, okay, just a regular shoebox, and I'm going to take that lid. Now this one is a Skechers one, so its lid was attached, and I'm going to fold it over. And look, it already means that I've got a little bit of a stand to put it on. You can do that, or kids and adults, if you are doing this at home, you are welcome to take that lid right off. If you don't have a lid attached, you can just take it off of it, okay? Now, I do want to talk to the adults for a minute. Some of you I know have been doing the crafts every week, and you're thinking, Shannon, a shoebox aquarium? That's not really for me. First of all, aquariums are awesome. But second of all, you can do anything with this. You can make, you can take some of your photos from other years and you can put them in and make a display for yourself. Put something in the background. You can make a gift for somebody else with some pictures or things they like. You can tear them out of magazines. We'll talk about that a little bit. So it is just in a sense, we call them a shadow box as well. You're making a little display. And if you're at home and you have a day that you're not doing anything, maybe it's a day off of work and you need a stress relief right now, or maybe you're at home all the time and you're like, what do I do to fill my time? This is a great thing that you can then have for years to come, because this aquarium does not need cleaning. This or anything you do in this shadow box. There are also some adult crafts with shoeboxes. I have not posted them as much. Some of them require X-Acto knives, and I'm not going to put those up here because those can get dangerous for people, but feel free to look online yourself if you want to do something. Now I'm back to my munchkins. Okay, so why are we doing an aquarium? Well, this is my friend, Fred the fish. Now Fred needs some place to live, but even more than that, Fred reminds us about Jesus Christ, because the early Christians would do a sign of a fish. They would just go, let's see if we can do it on Fred alone here. Hold him up here. There you go. See how Fred has this shape? So they would go up and back. And let me show you it on paper now. Okay, so I'm going to take some paper. I'm going to do that same thing. Hold it up like that. Okay, and I'm going to go. See that shape? That's a fish shape. And the early Christians would use this shape to show each other that they were Christians. Because if somebody drew this in the sand in front of you, and if you weren't a Christian, you wouldn't know what it was, so it's no big deal. But if you were a Christian, you would be like, oh, okay, this is another Christian. This is when they had people that didn't like them as Christians. They didn't want them around, and they were getting rid of them. So if the person you thought maybe wasn't a Christian, you were like, oh no, you could just sweep your foot across the ground and the fish shape would go away and nobody'd be the wiser. But if you were a Christian, you'd know because you would have that symbol. So fish has been important for us. Also, a lot of Jesus' closest friends, the people he called disciples, and disciples means one like student, one who learns. His disciples were fishermen. They were out there looking for little guys like Fred to eat, for their community to be fed. So we're going to think about fish today. Now, I have posted on the church's link a website that has some templates, and we can start with those. And what we'll do is, if you do have a printer option, you can print off, and I'll show you how we're going to color these. There's 2 pages, pages 6 and 7. There's also other ones online that you can find if you like things better. You also don't need a computer for this, or a printer. You can use your own hands, and I'll show you how to make a boat, too. So the first thing to do, though, is make that decision. Do you want a lid on there or not? So like I said, for this one, I'm just going to push it down and give it something to sit on. So I'm not going to do. But otherwise, you might need a step 1 of tearing the lid off. But see, mine's going to sit up like that, okay? All right. Now, step 2. What do you do with this back part of your aquarium? The back of the aquarium. Now, one option that you can do is you can... I have it all laid out here, but I got to figure out where I put it, because I think it just fell into the couch. You can, oh my goodness, there it is. You can take some paint. some blue paint and a blue paint brush. Now I'm going to use this kind of brush because it's going to make what we do a little bit faster, but you can use any paintbrush you have. And this is a blue sparkly paint, so it's going to be extra cool, but you can use anything. You don't even have to use blue. You could do purple or green or orange, whatever color you want. Now what I did not look at prepping was opening this paint. This is a new one. Things about paint. You want something that you can wash off so you don't get it all over your clothes, okay? And when using with paint, try not to put it in your mouth. That's not where it goes. There we go. Alright, so because I am going to do this quickly, I'm just going to, and I'm going to switch you over so you can see what's going on in here. I'm going to just throw that paint in there, that pretty blue sparkly paint. I'm going to take my paintbrush, and I'm just going to go real quick, okay? And I need a little more paint on there to get some of those edges, okay. And I really don't care too much if I get it on the side. That's alright. That's part of the fun. And if you really want to coat it perfectly and take your time to do that, you can totally do that. But I kind of like how it's looking like there's some brown coming through, because when you're in the water, it's never quite perfect. Okay. So just give it a little more there, and I can throw some here, and maybe throw some up on top. Yeah, okay. Some on the sides. Just a little bit. Alright. Again, you can take as much time as you want. I am not trying to take your creativity away on this. Do it the way you want to do it. Okay. Alright, now we've got our paint down. So that's the back of our box. Okay? Yeah. Okay. See? Now we're going to put some stuff in there. Alright. Okay, back to me. Alright. So we've got our box. Now how are we going to fill it? So we have our templates. The first template to look at is this one here, and that is the grass template. Now, what's cool about these templates is you don't have to color inside the line if you don't want to. See, I colored way outside the line, and because I'm going to cut around it anyway, so it's no big deal, okay? So, that's a fun thing to do. If we were to cut this out, you'll notice it has a folding piece, okay, at the bottom, where you can fold it on that dotted line. And then you can put it in your box. And I'll show you that in a second too. I'm going to turn you around for a minute while we do that piece. So, actually, I'm not. I'm going to talk to you this way. Sorry, gang. Let me just cut this out. Give me just a second. Alright. Now, when you're doing these, they've only given you a couple. You can do all kinds of things in an aquarium. You could add some whales or mermaids, whatever you want to do. But having the templates is a good place to start because it makes it easy, especially with the younger kids. Then you don't have to worry too much. You can just color and then cut it out after. That's why I intentionally did not do the lines, because you won't even notice. Alright. And don't worry, the other one I've already cut out. I just want to show you how easy this one is to look cool, even if I didn't color inside the lines. Alright. Okay. Now look, you wouldn't even know. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold on that little line, okay? And now is when I'm going to switch you up. You can already see that weird angle there. Blue is drying and it's looking a little different, right? Like more like water. So if you were to do that, you can tape it down in there. You could glue it down and you're already starting to have some grass in your aquarium. Okay. Now, the other page has fish. Now you can hang these fish. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You can make your own fish, or you can start with these. I have already made one. See, a little fish. Now, you can put them on all kinds of different things. If you have some, like, clear wire, you can, that is like a fishing line, so it doesn't hurt your fingers, you can do that. I put it on ribbon, just as easy. Now, what we've done ahead of time, though, is put a hole in the box. And so that means that the fish is going to hang down. So let's see how that works. Okay. Give me just a second here. I'm putting you down to the black for a minute. I'll put you down in the blue. Alright. Trying to tie this up. Sorry, gang. I know this is not a great view for you. For just a second, let me just get this done. And you're going to have help probably cutting into the box. That's just how life works sometimes. Okay. I cut into it and then I put paint on it, so it's a little more difficult right now. That's a good thing to know. Maybe you let the paint dry before you put it on there. Alright, well, you'll get the idea. I don't want to take your time to show you, but the point is, your fish will hang down and it'll look like it's swimming, which is pretty awesome in there. Okay. Now, I want to show you, I'm going to sit up, so I want to show you maybe some other things you could do. So, you can take tissue paper. You could take blue tissue paper or red tissue paper. You could crumble it up and look, it looks like something you might find on the bottom of the ocean. Maybe if you do it really tight, you can put it down and look like coral. So you can add that. You can get your markers out, make some things. You might find that you can find some stickers, like a surfboard sticker like you see here. Sorry, that's sideways. Or like some water stickers or the sun stickers, or if you have fun dinosaur stickers, you can throw those in your aquarium. Why not? Also though, maybe you want a boat. And I was thinking about this and I thought I'd show you. I've been working on a painting for a friend, which is a boat painting. And so I'm going to teach you how to make this boat really quick. This shape of the boat. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get some paper. And on that paper, we're going to start to kind of map out our boat. Okay. Alright, I've got you on the back of the computer so that I can show this to you quickly. Okay. So we want to start with the shape that goes, it doesn't even have to go straight across because I know not everybody will. And then you're going to come back. And then you can go out real far and come back, or you could come straight down or whatever. See, so now you've got this boat shape, okay? So I'm going to do it again in a smaller scale so that I can use my paper better. Alright. Okay, and so you just got this shape, right? And then what's sometimes cool is that you can just kind of work that shape till you get it the way you want it. And don't worry about the lines because you can color it over, or we can just phase it in and it'll look like shadowing. Okay. Now we're going to come up. Alright, we're going to come up as if it's like almost like you're making a pencil, kids, okay? Then you're going to come over. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to not go to the end of this line. We're going to come about here. We're going to come down here. And here, we're going to come down here. We're going to make like the sail as if it was rolled up. So, alright. And then you just want to go over with that. Okay. Alright. Alright. Now, if you want to put a wheel on it, you can do that. Like a little bit wheel there. But then what we're going to do is we're going to start about here. And we're going to bring a line up a little bit. And then another line up a little bit and come down. Go across. And that is a fishing line. Fishing net that they're sending out so they can catch Fred and his friends. And that was a boat that you made that you can now add to your aquarium. And like I said, sorry, gang, you're seeing my living room. It's a little crazy. Why is this not working? There we go. Sorry about that. Alright. So, you see how the boat works? You got standing straight up, then you've got the fishing line coming down, okay? Alright, you can do that in your own aquarium, alright? Now, what else could you put in there? You could put mermaids in there, like I said. You could put sea monsters in there. You could put little goldfish. You could find Nemo in there. You could put octopuses in there, or octopusi. You could put all kinds of crazy stuff in your aquarium, and that's what's fun too, okay? So, I want you to get creative, and then once you've got it, I want you to post it on the church's site and show us what your aquarium looks like too, okay? Alright, friends. Have a great time, use your mind, and let's see what kind of place you can put your little buddy Fred into. Make it fun. It's his home.